And so when someone says I don't or I can't connect to my higher self, what are they doing?
And just making it impossible for themselves.
Or maybe they are doing it without realizing it. It's like our brain can't come up with new ideas. It can only build on what it knows.
But yeah, both are very limiting. Now, what if we highlight and recap and add to what we've worked this morning?
I got a lot of great explanation on higher consciousness and spiritual helpers. That or super consciousness is from our higher self. Different word with the same value. And I like that Greg explained that our helpers are other higher selves who aren't embodied at the time or at this time. So it gave me a lot of perspective.
And so do we build this connection, this relationship? Does it just happen? Does it show up in our busy, loud, normal day?
It's like all the rest in the world. Practice and give it time. Listen to the sounds of the silence. It can come in a hectic day as an intuitive thought. Is it called that intuitive thought or intuitive instinct? Is probably more right of what to do. It's like that new knowledge Craig was talking about, intuitive knowledge. Was it that you called it? Or intuitive learnings? Where there is no proof for what it is, but it's the possibilities.
Yeah, you just know.
Yep.
Mhm. And sometimes it's a completely new thought. Way out there, never considered it before, just poof, there it is. And what is our tendency when we're not practiced listening for it? What's our tendency when some idea out of the blue we've never considered pops in? What did you do with it?
I used to just shrug them off.
Me too. That doesn't make sense. I haven't thought of that before. I've never considered that. No way. It's unfamiliar.
We work against it in a way, trying to prove it wrong, actually.
Mhm. Just like saying, oh, there is no connection to a higher self, or I don't have one, or same thing. We prove it wrong.
Or even worse, just ignore it. Don't give it any energy at all.
Mhm. And yes, you can disagree with it, argue with it, and just know that that might be your automatic pattern if you do.
But in a way, when you're working against it, you're sort of working with it at the same time, just involuntary.
You are.
Because you're giving it your attention. So
Yeah.
it's sort of like starting to wake up.
Mhm.
But no, I want to sleep longer. Don't wake me now.
It'd be like a dog sled team that's ready to run. You tell them to run and you put the brake on and you hold back on them.
Exactly.
And the best way I can say it is we don't realize we do that to ourselves. And I didn't realize that's what I was doing when I was just trying to make sense or be right. And I don't say I'm right now. I just say it's different.
It's an open possibility.
Mhm.
It's an yes and.
It's expansive and it's got to be better than a break.
Mm.
if we're going somewhere. If we're in a journey to some destination. So with all of that, what would you wrap as your word of the day? Or the word of the morning? Or a word that's there for you? For me, sometimes it's instant when I ask. Sometimes I've got to just sit. And sometimes one doesn't come at all and I just make one up.
What I've been feeling today is expensive.
Then what would your day be?
My day?
Sorry, Heinz, I heard you say something about an expansive day.
Oh, yeah. I'll try to fill in that new space I've created. Working with it, exploring it. Maybe I won't fill something in it just today, but it feels like much more room, more expensive. Open for the possible possibilities that haven't shown themselves yet. I remember Craig saying that he, as a child, dreamed about a head lying on his chest, just like that, waiting for it to, not waiting, having patience for it to actually come into my earthly field. Because unlike our higher self, we are limited by time and space here. So everything has an order. And worst of all, the earthly space is very disorganized. So putting order to disorder, it's it's what we're doing, working with ourselves. So we're expanding our horizons and our limitations. I think we lost Craig.
Time and space. So we know how we all are aware of time. Past, present, future. What is space?
Well, before we were born, it was our mother's womb. That was the space we started in. Then we came out into this world, and some people never even leave their home city. So it'll be that space they have created for themselves. Some people travel the world and can't see enough and still feel there is much more space to explore.
Mm.
And Hawkins' space was inside his body in a way.
Mm-hmm.
In theories and everything, because the body didn't want to work in it. So space is a huge place.
Yeah. Just like time, it's where our perspective is.
Yep.
As I heard you explain, I would label that space as environment.
Hmm. And time is what we use to create our environment. So they are sort of tied together.
Time reveals change. Like it reveals the action. It reveals time only exists because we can see a difference in the space.
Hmm.
And I also heard you say space can be, quote, out there in the environment, and it can be the environment in here.
Hmm.
And which one really drives your life?
Sort of both of them incoherent. You can't have one without the other. If you remove time, you'll just have a picture. If you remove space, what will time then do?
That's right. You have to have them both. In time and space, you have to have both.
Yep.
That's right. I was in this space and thinking, well, is it the environment that controls my inner space, or does my inner space determine my environment?
Again, I would
Along
say
a horizon of time.
it's a bit of both, I think. Again, you can't have one without the other in a way. Yeah, the environment can be there without you, your inner environment, but as soon as you are there, you inflict change upon the environment. Maybe not big change, but some people do make big changes. So it's sort of a mixture. But I think the world have been trying to divide everything, and instead of thinking of it as divided, then thinking of everything as one.
Yep, exactly. How they are, because even in a divide, they are the same.
Yep. Then it gets down to the picture again. They try to frame it and limit it.
Yeah.
So that they,
Constrain it.
yeah, so they can make it. That's the way it is. Not that's the way it was 2 seconds ago.
Yeah. So often we try to, or will continuously change our environment and still be dissatisfied inside.
And most of the time they try to do that because they want to control the outcome. They want to, I'm the one who's right, and there sure isn't no right or wrong. It depends on which environment you're in. Like he says in the Danish movie. In China, they eat dogs. So it depends on where you are, what's normal, what's above average.
Mm. Well, it's conditioned.
And we take India, and they got holy cows.
Mhm.
And wouldn't be much prosperity in being a farmer. You can't sell them, you can't eat them. It's only for looking at. But again, it's all about the perspective again, or what the leaders have told them. This is the normal. Because I'm
And
pretty
we
sure
don't.
I'm pretty sure if they were hungry enough and didn't have anything else to eat, that cow would be eaten.
Yep,
It's what,
and we don't.
sorry,
We don't examine what is our norm.
no, it's what the time and space have created there, wherever you are. Some places they even eat humans still, cannibals. So they haven't just nobody's told them that's not the moral of being here. Says who? So it's all about perspective in the end. Like they say, truth is in the eye of the beholder. And then there are the laws of nature that are pretty hard to break also. What goes up must come down. Gravity. And I think even places where they don't know about gravity, they know about what goes up must come down. But it's normal for us humans always trying to explain everything, even the unexplainable.
Mm.
Just see how many ghost programs that's gotten in lately. When you look on YouTube, wow, oh my God, I didn't know there were that many. And what was it, 30 years ago, there were a couple of places they talked about, like haunted places. Now it's every place that's ever been haunted, they all actually, people go there and try to. I don't understand why they would go there. Like, hey, I know that someone lives over there. I'll try go and annoy him in his home. Do they think that's funny? Someone just moves into their home without them out you asking them. Doesn't matter if you got a body or no body. I would still be pretty annoyed by somebody just showing up. But it's that limited thinking. It's we want to see and explain it.
Yeah, just trying to explain it as a self-imposed limit.
Mm-hmm. It's like labeling. Like every good scientist says, with every good answer, you get 2 new good questions.
Yeah, there's a huge value in knowing without explaining.
Yep.
That's how the superconscious operates.
Well, gentlemen, thank you for another insightful morning.
Thank you. It was really expansive today and a lot of new things to work with.
Expansive.
Yeah, it's amazing what the right words can do.
Mhm.
Not that the other words were wrong, but I just didn't understand them that way. It's like talking about oranges when I needed to hear about apples.
It is. Expansive is the space today.
It's a good value. It's unlimited.
Feel like honoring what was created. What's established.
Excuse me, what's the what?
What was established.
Oh, a new horizon. Something more than a dot to the picture.
Mhm.
And at the same time, the canvas got even bigger.
I appreciate each of you for contributing to that for me.
Same here. Couldn't go this far alone. I'm sure.
Yeah, vice versa. Yeah, this has been very fruitful this morning, gentlemen.
Okay, till next time. Thank you.
Have a blessed day. Love and hugs.
Thanks.
Okay, 11 hugs, everybody.
Thanks, Craig.
Yeah, have a